Guys, it's time to feed the birds, and ours is an interesting one. Of course, you see me moving up the stairway. Again, the pulley system is not yet working. Too much to do to focus on that. So I'll move up the stairway. The guys have already taken the food up. We missed that, yeah? So we don't want to miss the actual serving. It's already really bright. Now this is the top level where the feeds are being served from. Okay, in we go, in we go. Okay. Currently the feeding is actually being done from two directions. In this aisle, it's from this direction, and in the opposite aisle, it's from the other direction. And I've given that reason before on the channel why we do that. We don't want all the birds congregating in one area. What happens is that during the feeding, the birds rush towards where the food is. So if they all notice all the food is down, they'll all move down. But now it's easier to have them distributed. Actually, I'll go down and let you guys see what happens, you know, how the feed goes in and how the birds run for the food. Hopefully by the time I reach there, these guys won't be done serving the food. So I just entered the chicken house, and I'll talk from here because it is inappropriate for me to start talking inside the chicken house because the birds are laying. You don't want to cause any distraction. They are used to people walking in there when we are collecting the eggs, so that's not a distraction. But if I started talking, that would be a problem. So I could move in there, record a few things, check out a few things, but then I couldn't start talking inside there. But you saw how they responded to the feed. In the beginning, they used to be very scared when that feed falls down. But right now, they're not scared at all. At first, they used to run away from the feed. Right now, the sound of the feed falling in attracts them towards the feed. When the feed falls, they know, oh, that's food. It's an interesting way of conditioning, right? We currently give them their feed twice a day, in the morning and in the evening. And the feed mixture is actually quite different from morning and for evening for different purposes because we want to meet different nutritional requirements. And guys, currently we are doing perfect. We are literally at the breed target. Actually, we are doing better than the breed target for the laying. We are currently at 94% laying, and the breed target currently should be 93%. Can you imagine? 94% of the birds are laying. That means we are getting thousands of eggs every day, over 2,000 eggs every day. But since it's still quite early, not all the eggs are going into the incubator. So yesterday we had about 74% of the eggs that we picked going to the incubators. Not really going to the incubators, but they were selected to go to the incubator. So we've kept them somewhere. They are being blown by a fan and they are being kept at perfect temperature for us to be able to take them to the incubator. The thing though is that there is lots and lots of flow eggs. You'll find lots and lots of eggs along the sides, you know. There is somewhere I passed and I saw an egg on the floor and I saw a chicken laying down. I knew that that chicken is going to lay an egg there. So I didn't even try to distract it because I wanted to pick the egg just next to it. But I decided, no, I think it's going to lay an egg there. And after some time, I came back, and as sure as daylight, when I came back after maybe 10-20 minutes, I found 2 eggs, so the other chicken had also laid an egg. So what happens is that the lower line of the boxes gets really crowded. And then some of the chickens are not patient enough, or well, they don't need to be patient. When the egg comes, it needs to get out. But some of the birds don't want to jump up to use the upper lane. So you'll find eggs, well, not lots, but you'll probably, along the length of 12 meters, you'll probably find 3 or 4 eggs. So I kept having to pick the eggs up. And inside the chicken house over there, the fighting between the males just never seems to stop. And there's no way you can stop it. You know, they are always trying to establish a pecking order, and if one of the birds gets weak, we remove it, put it in the birds that have been separated. We have a room where we separated the males, and the worst thing for you as a female would be to enter one of those rooms. And I don't know how it happened. When I got by, I actually saw a female inside one of those rooms. So I tried to get it out. I don't know if I got the footage really well, but I tried to get the chicken out and it had been raped. It's like gang raping, because we have about 70 of the males in there. And they literally gang raped this chicken, so it was weak. I think it was going to die if we had left it inside there. We had to get it out. But the males, they have scars of war, you know, marks of war on their combs. They always have clotted blood spots on their head because they're always fighting and biting each other's head. And like I've said, you can't do anything about it. It's about getting who is biggest, and we want the strongest, of course, to be the one to mount the birds. We don't want the weak ones mounting, so you just have to let it happen. I picked out one of the birds that had been badly injured, one of the males, badly injured. The comb was bleeding, so I isolated it and put it inside the room where the honey males are. The advantage with the honey males is that they don't fight a lot amongst themselves because there's no female in there. It's like the competition is for females, so it's the ones that are in the main band that will always be fighting most of the time. They're just fighting. Anyway, let's get out and collect some chicken eggs. We expect around 2,500 eggs today. Thousands of chicken eggs. Oh my god, it's so satisfying. And like I said, guys, very soon we're going to be producing the chicken. So if you haven't ordered, come on, hit me with an email in the description below. We'll respond to you as soon as we can. Wow, see the difference in size. This one certainly has 2 yolks. There's no way it's just a single yolk. Just take a look. So big. Oh my god. The laying boxes have been really good to us. Actually very efficient. We have very few breakages. About 1% of the eggs have some form of crack or something like that, and that's a very good percentage. Just 1%, not bad at all. So we put this carpet inside the laying boxes to ensure that when the eggs come, they kind of raise gently towards the end, and so they don't break. And then the carpet can actually be removed, retrieved. I couldn't remove it because the birds were laying, but it can be retrieved and cleaned, and after that you put it back. It's perfect. Now guys, you can see that we've already started to get ready for a new batch of birds that we're going to be getting. We've tried to work on the whole entire upper floor. We're going to fill this whole upper floor with layers. So we're getting more layers, breeders, and they're going to fill the top of this floor and the bottom section that hadn't been filled up. You know, the 32 meters that hadn't been filled up, we're going to fill them up. We only have 48 meters filled up of the 80. So we're going to fill the rest of the 32 and then the entire 80 of the top floor. That's 7,000 parent stock that are going to come in. So you can see that the plumbing has already been done. You can see we did it maybe a few days ago. And then you can see that the feeder pipes, these pipes have already been installed for the other side also. So what's left is putting the feeder pipes for the top floor, putting in the drinkers and putting in the feeders, and we shall be ready. About the floor, we're going to do something quite interesting, so you'll see it when the time comes. And of course, we haven't put in the laying boxes. We shall put in the laying box. Otherwise, thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. Lots of love. Catch you very soon with another video.